Hi guys, Chamion here from Food by Chamion. I hope all is well. I am going to do a pumpkin bread demo for you all. It was requested in December and I'm happy to cover it for my supporter. For this pumpkin bread, you will need half teaspoon of ginger, ground ginger that. If you have the fresh one, just get it chopped very finely, okay? You'll need 1 cup of pumpkin puree, that's it in the bowl right there. The yellow stuff. My own is the canned one. It's an international brand. We barely get pumpkin puree down here, okay? So 1 cup of pumpkin puree, 2 eggs, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder or ground cinnamon, half teaspoon of ground cloves, clove powder if you live in Trinidad and Tobago, it's the same thing. Half teaspoon of nutmeg powder, also ground, and I will say about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Butter, you will need 1/2 cup of butter, okay? I am going to use melted butter. If you don't know, pumpkin bread it's a hit internationally. They have a lot of variations. Keep in mind, I will speak a lot on different demos. Time and time again I spoke and I said, listen, food, we always have a base. We always have a jump off. Everyone that cooks, nobody can say they own a recipe, because guess what? For centuries before those of us that's now cooking, it had persons that created these recipes and it was hand on. So no one particular person owns any recipe. Very rare someone will come up with a recipe and it's very unique and they could claim and say, I created this. But everyone that's cooking, let's keep in mind, we will have met a foundation and we built on top of it based on what we think can be added to make it better, and so forth and so forth. Having said all of that, remember I already called out stuff at the beginning and I'm going to just get into things. I want to speak quickly and I want to say a lot of you might not be able to access the pumpkin puree. Listen, it's as easy as getting the fresh pumpkin, our local pumpkin, and you steaming it off. Don't go making pumpkin choker and attempt to use this pumpkin choker that you might make in this. That's chaos. It's going to be tasting like greasy seasoning. This is not what we're looking for, guys. You all know I'm real with you all and I go in depth for a reason. So you want to steam this off with just water. I won't even say put water in it because I have a steamer. If you have a steamer, get it in some nice slender slices and leave it to steam. These things don't take long to cook. So if I'm to give you an idea, like if you are with me here in my kitchen, I'll tell you, do it just as we do baby food in Trinidad and Tobago. You know those little babies in reach about 4 months, 6 months and they're ready to start first foods? We don't put salt, we don't put butter, we just give them the pure goodness. This is what you want. Having said that, I'm about to start. You all know at the introduction, I get into all my explaining and everything else, and then when lights are on green, which is about to go on green now, you hardly hear me, okay? So I'm going to start now. I already have some of my flour in my bowl, but I'm going to sift the rest of it. This is my sifter. If you don't own one, use a traditional handheld strainer. What is a handheld strainer in Trinidad and Tobago, okay? But sift your flour. I always speak on that time and time again. The texture of the pumpkin bread is always like that of banana bread. It was some good behaving flour, right? But you don't chance it because on certain demos, if you watch my work a lot, you will notice that at times I have huge lumps in there, okay? So let me get my dry stuff. You all know I always speak on that, right? So everything is measured. Just in now, baking powder, baking soda, ginger powder or ground ginger, nutmeg. Right, that's that. We don't get packed brown sugar here in Trinidad and Tobago just yet. Or if we are getting it, it's going to be some of the gourmet stores and so forth. That's some coarse sea salt, it will dissolve. Okay, I'm going to get in the sugar. Remember, I call out all measured ingredients at the start, okay? I was saying, I don't know if I got through because I was trying to explain a lot to you guys at once. that persons put chocolate chip in this also. I have both chocolate chips on hand, semi-sweet, or semi-sweet and white chocolate chips, but I'm not going to do that, okay? If you're wondering what is this green stuff, that's pumpkin seeds. I know it wasn't, well, you all know I didn't use the fresh pumpkin, but a pro tip for those of you that might be buying your pumpkin here in Trinidad and Tobago, let the vendor leave the seeds in, okay? Don't let them take it out, and you can just roast it in a pan and you'll have your seeds, because these things, they are not too cheap, because keep in mind they are considered health foods. Persons eat those things, the benefits in those things are amazing, okay? So I'm going to get in my, my sugar is already incorporated, remember that. I'm going to get in my pumpkin puree now. Once I get in my pumpkin puree, I'm going to get my eggs in, and I'm going to put some vanilla extract. Remember, clear vanilla, you all know I speak on that time and time again, right? I call out everything for you guys at the start. If you are unsure, comment below, I'll assist you. It's what I do. I reply very timely too in a couple of seconds. I'm going to get in the butter and my eggs, okay? Remember, I call out everything. If you are already observing no milk was poured, you are very, very observant. Okay, I'm going to just put in both my eggs. I didn't beat them. And we are going to start on low with my my mixer. I have my splatter screen. I'm just going to put it at the start. Comment below if you want to know where I have it. So I do that because sometimes there's a white cloud if I don't use it, okay? There's a lot of hacks, people using a lot of hacks. If you don't have this, don't fret, sorry, I'm saying, I want to say, sorry, fret, and I'm saying, every time I gotta say fret, that will come out. Okay, just a light moment. It's good to not be uptight always. So don't stress or don't fret, okay? Just use disposable, what do you call it? Those disposable plates, the larger size, and cut, you know, some holes like in the form of an X and get it in. Okay? So I still have some that needs to be incorporated. If you don't have this mixer, a star mixer or handheld, don't fuss either, okay? Because we don't have anything that really needs that kind of work. The only reason I will use it again right now in here is to just get some air incorporated, okay? And I'm going to put in my my vanilla extract also, my clear vanilla extract. You all, I have a demo, a short video about the extracts and so forth I use. Check it out. Right? You all will appreciate that. If you are lactose intolerant, this bread will be right up your in your, you know, thing. Ali will say here in Trinidad and Tobago. My international viewers might be thinking, what is a Ali? What is that? Chamion, speak to me. Ali is like a narrow walkway. Because they love a lot of stuff, Trini. They love how we speak. They love a lot of things. And you notice that I didn't have the I didn't add milk, right? But you guys have seen how nice it is, because that pumpkin is like everything in there. That pumpkin, the texture, the color is like ridiculously amazing. In some of the high-end coffee shops internationally, they sell this pumpkin bread. So a lot of my viewers, it's catching on in Trinidad and Tobago. The pumpkin bread, it's catching on, it's gaining momentum. I think those that love banana breads and like, this is considered very close in texture to it, because I have seen the texture. I'm gonna get it in my, remember I always use parchment for baking, right? The only thing I'll say when you are baking breads and those things, I'm using a loaf pan, a standard size loaf pan. The only thing is that it, like how the paper trap here, you'll get that on your bread, so be careful, okay? So I'm gonna get it in now. If you might be wondering why the brown sugar, you can use white sugar also. The brown sugar just makes for, you know. Let me just pour it into my pan. pumpkin there at all. It's amazing, texture and everything. Really amazing. The smell also is amazing. I know why they love pumpkin so much internationally. In Trinidad, here we barely use it for a lot of stuff, but internationally there's pumpkin pie, pumpkin lattes, so much different things they do with pumpkin, pumpkin pancakes, pumpkin waffles. They don't play with their pumpkin, and I see why. I did a pumpkin drink also, was requested. It's the most amazing drink you will ever have. It was not a pumpkin punch, there's a difference. It was a pumpkin drink, more like a eggnog, if you will. It was amazing. Remember, you don't ever want to fill your pans when you are baking the cake or what, right? We have rising when it hits the oven, because in there is 2 sets of rising agents. So remember, I use baking powder and soda, right? Yes, I did. So you don't want to fill that because it's going to come up, and then you might have a volcano in your oven, and you know, won't make a pretty presentation after you work so hard. Nice. Let me just make sure it's I'm going to get the seeds on the top now, and I'll show you guys so you'll know what to do, okay? You don't want to leave it dry. You want to get some of that batter on it because you don't want it to get burned or, you know, roasted or toasted in the oven. I don't speak on oven time and all of that for a reason. If I'm using my convection oven, or when I'm using my convection oven, I will speak on it. But like I said on previous demos, some persons are just really comfortable baking at a setting or a setting already, a particular setting, and there is no one, myself or no one else, that will be able to convince them otherwise. Okay, so just for me, I'm just getting the batter on, like I said. The colors, they are so gorgeous. The green against this pumpkin, oh my goodness, it's beautiful beyond words. Remember what I said, why I'm getting some batter on the seeds, right? So this is it. You guys want to keep watching for the final product. You need to bake it. Oven time and things like that, I really try my best to stay clear of. I was speaking about using my convection oven. I will use it simply because I want you all to know the settings that I will be putting this beautiful pumpkin bread on. I am going to bake it at 350. I won't tell you for how long, and even if you don't have a convection oven, don't make things that are an issue. Use a traditional oven. What I'll always say is that your oven, the efficiency of it matters more than any other settings or temperature, I will say. Simply because ovens behave different based on age, whether it's gas or electric, and so forth. Internationally, they call their stove a range, and so forth and so forth. So factors like those are important. What I'll always say is you don't ever put anything that you are baking to the lower rack of your oven. Always put it on the upper rack, the top rack, or the lower rack. Never to the floor of your oven, ever. You're going to have something that's very colored outside and raw on the inside, or undercooked on the inside. That is not nice. And once something reaches its maximum color, it's going to be hard to get it to cook without burning on the outside. Okay, so you want to take factors like those into consideration when you are baking, always. Okay, parchment plays a big deal also in perfect results. You always see that I use it a lot when I'm baking desserts and such. I want to speak also, and I want to say, get a spatula reserved strictly, or a few of them, for dessert making, simply because flavors attaches itself to plastic, and you don't want those cross flavors in your desserts. Okay, for those of you that might be wondering, yes, I was using a cupcake shaped spatula. It's this spatula is reserved strictly for dessert making, okay? You might be asking or wondering, how will I know when this bread is done? Simple. By inserting a cake tester in the middle of it, or a new toothpick. This is my cake tester here. And of course, we all know toothpicks. Don't look for the flat toothpicks. Well, it doesn't really matter, but you know, I will suggest have your both styles of toothpicks, okay? Even bamboo is good, because the bamboo is just to insert the bamboo toothpicks, or whatever you do. Please make sure it's new. Please make sure it's new. And when you insert it, you want to make sure that it comes out clean. If it's coming out with batter on it, it needs to cook some more. It's that simple. So we are going over to my my convection oven area. And we are just going to get it into the oven. You'll see where the setting is, right? It have a timer on it and all of that, and we're just going to get it in there to bake. But a next tip also, if you are going to use a convection oven and things like that, you want to make sure that when it's rising, whatever you're putting in there, nothing is going to obstruct it. Like, you know, usually these things have two burners at the top, for lack of a better term, right? You want to make sure that it won't obstruct the growth of whatever you are putting it in. So remember, I said, and you will have seen that it is on 350, and I'm going to leave it until it's fully cooked. It's where I need it to be color-wise. So you all want to just, you know, keep watching for the final product. So guys, the pumpkin bread, it's finished baking. It's just lovely. The color, everything, the texture, it's extremely moist. It's soft. If you never had pumpkin bread and you're wondering what texture or how will I sum it up, it's more like a banana bread. Along that same texture, taste, everything. Okay, usually with pumpkin bread, they don't put vanilla extract or essence. I did add that because at the beginning of the demo, you'll remember that I said some things, okay? So this is the texture, guys. It's gorgeous beyond words. Not everyone put the pumpkin seeds. It's just an additional beautiful touch, if you ask me, okay? And I am just going to cut into it. Use a serrated knife. Keep in mind, it is bread. I'm using a cake server with a serrated part to cut, okay? So just want to cut into it to show you guys the texture of it. If you want to make a couple loaves at once, you will have to double up on your ingredients. It's as simple as that, okay? There is a texture of that pumpkin bread for you all to see. It's just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. It's really super moist. I guess you all could see the moisture, of course. Guys, if you didn't know, Food by Chamion, we are all over social media. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We have a YouTube channel, all under one name, Food by Chamion. If you want to come into direct contact with me, send me an email on email address foodbychamion@gmail.com. Please use our common letters. We have a website, www.foodbychamion.com. We have a board on Pinterest. The name of that board is Food by Chamion. Guys, as always, the pleasure was my own. Thank you all for watching. Until I meet you all, bye.